Hello everyone, good to see you again. Hope you're all doing well and keeping yourself occupied and anxiety low during this time. Hopefully I can provide you a little distraction. So I'm going to put my makeup on. I just recently got a new foundation that I have heard good things about. Risa from Risa Does Makeup has really said this is a great foundation. It's Estee Lauder's Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup, and she says it's really great. I'm still trying to find the perfect foundation for me. Everybody is a little bit different, what works for them and what doesn't. So I'm trying a new one. So, and I neglected to buy the pump thing that you can buy a pump to go with it. So I just have the bottle. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of that on my hand. Woohoo! I got a little heavy-handed with that. And then I'm going to use my Blendiful. And you know what I did? I forgot to put my primer on first. That's not good. So I'm going to try and do it one-handed since now I have foundation on the back of one hand, and so I only have one hand available to do my primer. Wouldn't you know it, huh? Well, you know what? We all do things like that, right? I just got to move on. Moving right along. But primer is a really good thing to make sure that you have on so that you can get the best mileage out of your makeup. Helps with hydration as well. So I don't know if I showed it to you. I use the Hourglass primer. It's a mineral primer, oil-free, and it does have SPF 15. So it helps with that too. It's nice, it's smooth, it glides right on. I'm just trying to give it some time to kind of soak in and meld with my skin. I know, I'm a kind of a weirdo sometimes. All right, so let's go in with some of this foundation. I kind of chose the color online because right now it's hard to get somebody to help you because we can't go out shopping. So I got this color online. I'm using my camera as my mirror right now since I'm kind of one-handed. And so far, at least in the camera, it's looking pretty good. Just blending all around. You know how it goes. Now that I have a free hand, I don't have all that makeup, that foundation on there. I'm going to take a look and see how things are going here. I think it's got really good coverage. Really nice coverage. I do have a few areas I need to touch up just because I'm more red in some areas than others because of my rosacea. And I do think I actually picked the correct color. They do give you some guidance on the site, so obviously their guidance is good. Yeah, Yeah, I like it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do concealer. Now tell me below in the comments what you all think and what you all have heard, but I know there's some people who like to do their foundation after their eyes. Some don't. I've tried it both ways, and to be honest, I have trouble both ways. It kind of all depends on what kind of eyeshadow you're using, I think. At least that's my opinion anyway. Okay, so I got this new concealer to go with it. It's called the Estee Lauder Double Wear Instant Fix Concealer. And it has two sides. Huh. One's like a concealer, and then the other is like a, I'm like confused now. I guess should have read about this beforehand. The one looks like a concealer. This looks more like a highlighter to me. Well, let me just try it on my skin here. Yeah, it adds like a glowiness to my skin. I don't know if you can see that. Well, I'm just going to use the highlighter, the concealer for right now. That's what I get for trying new things without reading them first, right? Now, I use Robert Welsh's method for doing my concealer. Does 2 dots in the inner corner here and 1 dot on the outer corner like you saw me doing. And really just press it into those areas. Those are the areas you need it the most. And then once you've kind of blended that out, you can bring it down into the lower area if you need to. And I'm going to pat it into my ready part. Ready? Red part. A little bit. Do it over here as well. Boop, boop. And I've noticed since I started using this method that I don't get that kind of creasy, cakey look underneath my eyes as time goes on during the day. And yet I'm still concealed where I need it. You know what I mean? So I'm really liking his method. If you haven't seen any of Robert Welsh's YouTubes, I highly recommend it. I have learned so much from him, and he's really fun to watch too. So if you get a chance, check him out. I'm going to put a little bit more on this red spot here. It's really looking pretty flawless. Now, I have a hard time because I have long nails, but it is helpful to use your finger for this because it warms up the product and kind of really helps you put it right in. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, actually first, usually when I do my primer, I put some lippy balm on too. This is by Drunk Elephant. It is a really, really good lip balm. But, you know, this time of year you get those dry lips. Anyway, I do like to, after I do my concealer and foundation and concealer, I should say, I like to put just a very light dusting of setting powder on. I find for me that getting a set here with it is making a little noise. For me, it just kind of helps to set things just a little bit and makes my my dry products, you know, the blush and all that, just glide on a little bit easier. I don't do a bunch underneath my eyes right now just because if I have to touch up because I messed up my eyeshadow or something. Anyway, that's just how I do it. And like I said, I've been trying different ways of applying my makeup because there's all sorts of recommendations out there. And I think you have to play with it, and especially with different products too, because some products work one way, some work it better another way, like in the application, whether it be a sponge. I've been using the Blendiful or a brush, and some of it's just personal choice too. So the key is to kind of play with it and see what works best on your skin with your foundation and concealer. You know, I'm still playing. I'm still trying to figure out what's best. All right, so the next thing I do is my brows, because they would be the frame, you know. And I'm going to use my little mirror here because I can't quite look close enough in the camera to be able to do this. So we'll get started here with my eyebrows. And sometimes it takes me a little while, but you see how I get started. And I'm going to finish my brows and I will be right back. Okay, there you have it. Got my eyebrows on. So now I'm going to do eyeshadow primer. And we'll just blend that in there. I'm using my phone camera as my mirror right now, which I probably shouldn't. But there we go. Looks good. Okie dokie. Now time for some shadow. And I am going to try something new today. I have been wanting to try a winged eyeliner on me. It can be kind of tricky when you have hooded eyes, like I do. But we're going to give it a try together. I have done it once successfully, so hopefully I can do that again. But first I'm going to lay down some shadow, and I think, and I'm going to use my Top Tea palette here. And I did learn from the last time I did my winged eyeliner that I want to try. I did it like a really smoky, you know, kind of dark eye. And I think I want to try light this time and see how that looks. So I think I'm going to do like an all over with the Aura Matte. The eyeshadow primer I used was Laura Mercier. I'm not totally convinced that that's the one for me. It's a little bit tacky even after it dries, which is good and bad. It's not as tacky as the, oh shoot, there's a drugstore brand that I use. I am going to do a primer review at some point, but there's one drugstore one I tried that I had heard was good, but it was super tacky and I had a hard time blending shadows over it. So yeah, that one I gave up on. And then this one's tacky. I can still blend, but it seems like if I put down a little bit of a layer of a like a flesh tone or whatever, that works best. Anyway, enough of that. And then I do want to do a kind of a transition type color. So this is the Soothe, sorry. I don't have my glasses on and it's in cursive and it had some powder over it. So this is the Soothe in the matte. So just giving myself a little bit of definition in the socket there. As I've said in the past, because of my hooded lids, I concentrate more towards the outside and up to give my eyelids an up and up, bring them up. Perfect. All right. And I think I'm going to stop there with the shadow for right now. And we're going to do the winged line. I'm scared. I have Givenchy. I was actually in Sephora to get the Laura Mercier liquid liner, but they were out of it. And right next to Laura Mercier was the Givenchy, and it was like $1 more. And the sales lady said that it was a really, really good one. So I thought, well, what the heck? I gotta try something, right? So I got the Givenchy. Ooh. I think I'm getting a little slap happy. It's Sunday, you know. All right. So the technique that I've seen that I liked was again by Robert Welsh. And I'm going to put his name down below in the comments so that you can look him up because he is really awesome. But anyway, his suggestion was to follow the lid line down below here and flick up. So here we go. Here's my lower lid here. I'm going to do a little flick. And this kind of goes on weird. All right, so I don't know if you can see. I got a little flick there. And then he says to go right here in the corner here, make a straight line, and then you're going to connect the two. He calls it a bat wing. And hopefully I'm doing him justice here. So see, I've got a little bat wing there. And then you bring it down and you follow your line here. Another trick with a liquid liner is it's really hard to do one straight line. So by going a little bit at a time, you're more likely to get a better line. All right, what do we think? Not too bad. I think I might continue it down here just a little. I might do the rest of the liner with eyeshadow. All right, so there's one eye down. I'm going to do the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Pretty good. I'm still learning, obviously, so it's not perfect. I didn't get them quite even. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of the Soothe underneath my eyelids here. Buff that out a bit. That looks pretty good. Don't know. I think I might take, ooh, this palette's a little heavy. I'm going to take a little bit of the black and kind of put it in here where I did my wing, just to kind of even out the black a little bit, because there was like a couple little bare areas. So I think that looks good. Yeah, I think that helps a lot. What do we think? Maybe, I don't know which brush I want to use. All right, I think I'm going to do a little bit more Soothe in here. Help bring it up a little bit more. That's looking nice. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit. And then what I was thinking that I might do is put like a metallic, like right here. That might look kind of cool, huh? Yes. First though, let me put a little bit of highlight up here. Oops, sorry. I blocked the camera with my palette. And I'm using, for the brow highlighter, the Aura in this sequence. So just to give a little bit of lift right there. I like that. And I think I might do the same thing here for my inner corner. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Okay, and now I'm rethinking. I was going to do the Aura on my lid, but maybe I'll do the metallic Soothe on my lid. I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to use a small flat brush. This is an e.l.f. brush. They call it a concealer brush, but I like it because I have small eyes, so I have to use smallish brushes. So I'm going to take some of that. Oh, shoot, I picked up the wrong one. I said that I was going to use Soothe. Yeah. All right. And I'm just going to pack that in here on my lid. Because see, then it runs into the soothe that I used in my my socket area, the transition area. Ooh, what do we think? Pretty good. I think that was a good choice. So we'll pack it in here too. And that's the motion I'm really doing, is I'm just kind of packing it down there. Because I find that with the metallics or sparkles or whatever, that's like the best to do. If you don't have long fingernails like I do, you could probably do it with your finger and it would look really cool. I've put them on with my fingers and it does look nice, but I have a hard time getting into the smaller spaces, like right here. Yeah, I do like that. I feel like I need more blending right here. Okay, good. Let's curl the eyelashes. I normally use the Japanesque eyelash curler, but I found this one that's supposed to be good for small eyes, and it works pretty good. Ooh, it brought tears to my eyes. It also smudged me a little bit. That's not cool, man. Where? Here we go. Oh, it sure did. Well, let me fix up that smudge off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, better. Got rid of that little smudge there. So let's put on, and I'm getting a smaller mirror because that mirror was killing my hand after a while. I'm using the Dior Mascara Eyelash Primer. Got a little hair on it. So we'll get that on there. And then the Dior mascara. Got a tiny bit of mascara up here, but I'll wait till it dries and then flick it off. Sometimes I don't wait and then it is kind of messy, but it's better if you wait and then you can just flick it off because it'll be dry. All right, so now I need to do a little bronzer and blush. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow. It's called Film Star Bronze and Glow. I haven't quite found, I don't know. I like this bronzer, except I think it should probably be a little bit darker, and especially once we start getting into summer here. I like to do it in my hairline a bit. Now I'm getting my hair all messed up. Not that it was perfectly done to begin with. I like to pull it back though if I'm doing makeup. Can always curl it and everything afterwards. But anyway, I like this bronzer. It just seems a little bit light sometimes. But it's a good bronzer. There we go. Got a little bit of bronze in there. And I'll go ahead and do a little bit of highlight as well from this palette. And I usually just highlight right around here where the light hits me. That's another tip that Robert Welsh had, is wherever the light hits you, that's where you want to pop your highlighter. So see how that just kind of, I used to bring it down too far and then it seemed to highlight. I've got like ever so slight little bags here that I never quite can get concealed well. But there you have it. And then I will put some down my nose here. Maybe a little bit on the chin. All right, and then I want to do a little blush. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier. This is called Strawberry. I like a little pink. Let me get my blush brush. This is Sigma. They call it a Spotlight Duster F37. But I like it for my blush. And I'm just going to put ever so slight little bit of blush. Because I do have that redness kind of undertone. Because of the rosacea, that. So I tend to keep my blush a little bit higher because, you know, I've already got a little bit going on down there anyway. So I'm kind of trying to make it look like it's supposed to be there. All right. Well, now we just need some lips. And I know I have a lip pencil here somewhere. This is the MAC lip pencil in Dervish. My MAC lipstick. Oh shoot, I forgot the color. Let's see if I can read it. It is, oh, Aspiring Star. Wow. I gotta really start writing down these names before I come in to do these so that I don't have to worry about not being able to read the small print. Alrighty, and we're going to do a little setting spray. I'm using the ColourPop setting spray. I really like that one. Smells pretty, but it's very light fragrance. So if you are worried about fragrance, it's not a bad one. I'm just going to use my Blendiful to just kind of pat it in there. And there we go. We used my new foundation. I really kind of like it. It gives really good coverage, I'd have to say. Really nice coverage. Look at my hair sticking back there. It feels a little bit heavier than I've been mostly using Laura Mercier on my for my foundation recently, and it feels a little bit heavier than that, but not by a whole lot. And this is the first time I'm using it, so we'll see how long it lasts. I don't think that it's really settling in my creases any more than any other foundation does. So that's good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And for a beginner, oh, that's probably dry now. I mean, mascara spots. There we go. And I'd say for someone just learning how to do her winged eyeliner look, not too bad. The other eye is not quite as nice. I think it's probably because I'm right-handed. Maybe it's just easier on this eye than this eye. I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Let me know what your comments are down below. I will try and list everything that I used today, and also Robert Welsh's name, and hopefully I can get a link to his channel, because I really do think he's worth watching, as well as Risa does makeup. I enjoy watching hers. I learn a lot. So those are two that I really enjoy watching, and I watch some others too that I'll probably bring up now and then as well, because everybody has their own opinions and everybody has different skin types, and your type might not be the same as mine. Mine is more normal to dry, and I've got that little bit of rosacea that I have to be careful not to irritate too much. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoyed this little distraction from reality, and I'm giving you permission to go play with your makeup and try some new techniques. And until next time, ciao Bella.